at least from whatever we can analyze now, we have an OSCE Minsk Group co-chairman, the format within which the conflict is being discussed, who hasn't even given a press conference so far or hasn't spoken actually in neither countries. Does this mean that the Obama administration is actually downsizing the issue of Nagorno-Karabakh? From the other side, we have the controversial appointment of Matt Bryza, who has actually a recess appointment now in Azerbaijan and who has a history in the region in general, in Georgia, as well as in Azerbaijan and Armenia. So answering to possible Bryza's role, is he a war ambassador or a peace ambassador? And in general, would you overall assess the Obama administration's policy over the Nagorno-Karabakh conflict? Thank you.
Well, I'm going to see Matt Bryza tomorrow, so I shall ask him the question. But I suspect he will say.
Gently.
No, I suspect that he will say I'm the United States ambassador. I think certainly, and this wasn't necessarily his fault. He has rather an exuberant personality. Matt Bryza, when he was the Minsk Group co-chair, he made a good effort to speak a lot, to reach out, to talk to the press. And possibly because of linguistic difficulties, he was often, the nuance of what he said was misquoted, and Armenian and Azeri journalists seemed to have been in a competition to see if they could sort of catch Matt Bryza out, or suggest that he said one thing in Baku and another thing in Yerevan. And the unfortunate result of this is that the new Minsk Group co-chair, a very able diplomat who I've talked to a number of times, is in Purda. He's under instructions not to speak to the press and to conduct silent diplomacy. For me, the problem is though that someone should be expressing that third narrative, the narrative of peace. Maybe it shouldn't be him, maybe it should be someone else in the State Department. But certainly there should, because in fact the US is actually as active as it ever was in this process. But we don't see it, and I do think that is a problem. I think perception is a problem. I think that there are two very aggressive narratives out there, one from Armenia and one from Azerbaijan, and someone should be providing the third narrative, and I think the United States surely has the capacity to have someone expressing that third narrative.